day, McVeigh, and happy Friday. Good morning, boys and girls. How are you? Wow, we made it. Today is the last day of distance learning. Wow. Imagine way back in March we started. Wow, we did it. I have to tell you, we have missed you so much here at McVeigh, but I'm going to miss you now too on the morning announcements. But there's lots to accomplish today in our morning announcements. So today I'm going to announce our birthdays for today, but then all of the birthdays for the rest of June, July, and August. If your birthday is in September, we'll announce that when we get back in September. When we have our Flag Day ceremonies, I'm only going to be announcing the birthdays for that grade because it's a long, long list. So let's get started. Okay, so I pulled the pages out of my birthday book. So for today, happy birthday to Tejas Singh in our 4th grade, as well as Ileana Castro-Averas in our 4th grade. For tomorrow, that's Saturday, happy birthday to Chase Casano in our 3rd grade and Miss Guy Tan. On Sunday, happy birthday to Ariana Rosa in our 5th grade, Maya Chalashkik in our 5th grade, Evan Mendez in our 5th grade, Thomas Waldron in our 3rd grade, and Nathaniel Teixeira in our 3rd grade. Also, Muiz Shaheen in our 3rd grade. On the 15th, which is Monday, happy birthday to Evan Glover in our 3rd grade, Caitlin Smiley in our 2nd grade, Mario Chavez Rios in our 3rd grade. Then Tuesday, happy birthday to Lila Doyle, grade 5, Sahazra Duba in our 5th grade, Arya Sandhu in our kindergarten, Mr. O'Keefe. On Wednesday, which is our Supply Goodbye Drive-By, happy birthday to Dylan Asif in our 5th grade, Dylan Kuravilla, grade 4, Mackenzie Kalara Kushner in our 4th grade, Veronica Horak-Meyer in our 1st grade, and Zoe Carpio in our kindergarten. And now we get into all of our summer birthdays. So for June 18th, happy birthday to Washma Ali in our 5th grade, Justin Mendez in our 4th grade, Manar Zaman in our 4th grade, Sophia Cardali, 3rd grade, Manahil Nakvi in our 3rd grade, Emily Balby in our 1st grade, and Alexandria Antenner in our 3rd grade. Also, Vivian Wang in our 2nd grade. On the 19th, happy birthday to Leah Vegas in our kindergarten, Abiyan Ahmed in our 1st grade. On the 20th, happy birthday to Ashley Louth in our 4th grade, Jackson Killar in our 1st grade. The 21st, happy birthday to Emma Hahn in our 5th grade, and Peyton Chester, 5th grade, as well as Caitlin Chan in our 1st grade. On the 22nd, happy birthday to Elaf Javed in our 3rd grade, and Mrs. Huber. On June 23rd, happy birthday to Annabelle Riviezo in our 3rd grade. On the 24th, happy birthday to Kevin Cruz in our 5th grade, Claire Kenny in our 5th grade, Evelyn Villegas in our 4th grade, Mark Shelley, grade 3, and Natalie Cartens-Ajena in our 3rd grade. Also that day, on the 24th, happy birthday to Aisha Uden in our 2nd grade. The 25th, happy birthday to Daniel Rodriguez, grade 4. Also, Konstantinos Kavakis in our 4th grade, and Mrs. Berardi. On the 27th, happy birthday to Mohamed Dizambazi in our 5th grade, Ariana Polis in our 5th grade, and Axel Mahia in our kindergarten. On the 28th, happy birthday to Chloe Sands, grade 4, Andrew Almendarez in our 4th grade, Kai Vermani in our 3rd grade, Valora Guthrie in our kindergarten, and Mrs. Hanovic. On the 29th, happy birthday to Hoyan Zhang in our 4th grade, Zayn Barnett in our kindergarten, and Miss Napolitano. And finally, last day in June, June 30th, happy birthday to Kylie Kalar in our 4th grade, Kaylee Ramnarine in our 3rd grade, and Liam Pierre-Louis in our 2nd grade. Moving on to July. All right, July 1st, happy birthday to Zoe Rotola in our 4th grade, Genesis Alvarez, grade 4, Carter Fitzsimmons in our 2nd grade, Evalia Levin in our 5th grade, Naomi Larson in our kindergarten. On the 2nd, happy birthday to Gabriella Wasik in our kindergarten, and Caitlin Compton in our 1st grade, as well as Miss Prisco. On the 3rd, happy birthday to Jaden DeSantos in our 2nd grade. July 4th, happy birthday to Anthony Maracia in our kindergarten. On the 5th, happy birthday to Cheyenne Zia in our 3rd grade, Isabella Meehan in our 3rd grade, Vasiliki Sofianis in our 3rd grade. Also on the 5th, Michael Bermeo in our 4th grade. On the 6th, happy birthday to Robbie Katurba in our 4th grade, and Lucas Sibowitz in our 2nd grade. On the 7th, happy birthday to Megan McKevitt in our 5th grade, and Marcelo Zacco in our 4th grade, as well as Mrs. Megan. All right. On the 8th, happy birthday to Angelita Molina Martinez in our 1st grade, and Ms. Sano. On July 9th, happy birthday to Nicole Garcia, grade 4, Eric Salgado in our 5th grade, and Yerrick Zavallo Silva in our 2nd grade. July 10th, happy birthday to Aria Ramdath in our kindergarten, and Bernadette Malone in our 1st grade. On the 11th, happy birthday to Mara Busareth, grade 4, Aria Narayan in our 3rd grade. On the 12th, happy birthday to Anthony Machino in our 5th grade, Rajab Qasim in our 4th grade, Ty Harris in our 2nd grade, Emmeline Diaz Palacios in our 1st grade, Lucas Negron in our kindergarten, Isadora Medeiros de Oliveira in our 1st grade. On the 13th, happy birthday to Lena Bala in our 4th grade, Ryan Collins, grade 4, Ryan Steinhaus in our 2nd grade, Ana Cruz Amador in our kindergarten, Blake Tellerman in our kindergarten. And on the 14th, happy birthday to Joseph Choi, grade 5, Joseph Medea in our 2nd grade, Harmon Street Singh in our 1st grade, Sophia George in our kindergarten. On the 15th, happy birthday to Sammy Polis in our 3rd grade, Marcela Perdomo Jimenez in our 4th grade, Sydney Moniz, actually on the 16th, Sydney Moniz, grade 2, Ashley Garcia Reyes on the 16th as well, happy birthday, and Elias Ramirez Caceres in our 3rd grade. On the 17th, happy birthday to Ethan Maring in our kindergarten. The 18th, happy birthday to Jillian Berner, grade 2, Patrick Kammerer in our kindergarten, and Mrs. Perry. On the 19th, happy birthday to Dylan Contreras in our kindergarten. On the 20th, happy birthday to Olivia Castle, grade 4, Jacob Snickel in our 1st grade, and Finbar McGowan in our kindergarten. On the 21st, happy birthday to Alexa Hatchkiss in our 3rd grade, Madison Hatchkiss in our 1st grade, and May Tron in our kindergarten. Also, Mr. Simone. On the 22nd, happy birthday to Devin Lugo in our 4th grade, as well as Eli Nunez in our 1st grade. July 23rd, happy birthday to Tyler Bianco, grade 5, and Ethan Casuto in our 1st grade. On the 24th, happy birthday to Adam Mirza in our kindergarten, and Mr. Triunfo. On the 25th, happy birthday to Alexandra Facenda in our 2nd grade. July 26th, happy birthday to Riley Parker, grade 4, Justin Rojas in our 3rd grade, and Jaden Fana Ang in our kindergarten. On July 27th, happy birthday to Lainey Lentz in our 5th grade, Kyla Shea in our 2nd grade, and Sophia DeBoard in our 2nd grade. On the 28th, happy birthday to Eric Escalante in our 3rd grade, Madison Hines in our kindergarten, and Jordan Elias in our kindergarten. July 30th, happy birthday to John Marco Zacco in our 5th grade, Jairo Jimenez in our 3rd grade, and Kylie Chen in our 2nd grade. That is it for July. So what's next? August. All right, here we go. You're doing well, my friends. Keep listening. Happy birthday on August 1st to Altina Zambazi in our 2nd grade, Joseph Petri in our 2nd grade, Yicheng Zhao in our 1st grade, Avery Amelia in our 2nd grade. On August 2nd, happy birthday to Angeli Ortegas Canales in our 4th grade, Arjun Manu in our 1st grade, and Dominic Bertaglia, in our kindergarten. Okay, August 3rd, happy birthday to Bazarti Zambazi in our 4th grade, and Josephine Olderwald in our third grade, as well as Sebastian Ocampo in our fourth grade, Avery Padron in our first grade, Adem Ibrahim in our first grade, and Mrs. Kayujin. On the 4th, happy birthday to Sienna Valentine, grade 2, Mia Basta in our first grade, Matthew McKenna in our kindergarten. On the 5th, happy birthday to Caleb Oliveris in our kindergarten. On the 6th, happy birthday to Sartoria Politas in our third grade, Emil Obenauer in our first grade, Logan Lira in our kindergarten. And on the 7th, happy birthday to Adriana Colavito in our fourth grade, Joseph Cialone in our fourth grade, and Hector Valley in our fifth grade. August 8th, happy birthday to Lily Van Wagenen in our third grade, Christine Zhang in our kindergarten, and Miss Checo. On the 9th, happy birthday to Evan Velez in our fifth grade, as well as Ethan Zavalunov in our second grade, and Mia Gonzalez in our kindergarten, as well as Mrs. Paridi. On the 10th, happy birthday to Kyle Francis in our fifth grade, Stephen Haggerty, grade 4, and Olivia Kincaid in our first grade. August 11th, happy birthday to Melanie Guerrero in our fourth grade, and Jason Lopez in our fourth grade. August 12th, happy birthday to Joe Rodriguez in our second grade, and Mr. Prisco. August 13th, happy birthday to Angela Nugent in our first grade. August 14th, happy birthday to Millen Coravilla in our second grade. On the 15th, happy birthday to Aris O'Hale in our third grade, Sienna Rodrigo, grade 3, and Alexander Bonilla in our first grade. On the 16th, happy birthday to Nathan Cavour in our third grade, and Peyton Gorman in our second grade, as well as Amelia Beer in our fourth grade. Happy birthday on the 17th to Grace Quinto in our fifth grade. On the 18th, happy birthday to Layla Johnson in our fifth grade, as well as Esmelin Santos Hernandez in our third grade. On the 19th, happy birthday to Samuel Grant in our fourth grade. On the 20th, happy birthday to Anandita Singh. She goes as Gia in our first grade. And then on the 20th, also happy birthday to Stella Gomez in our kindergarten, Tegan Baker in our kindergarten. On the 21st, happy birthday to Eva Jose in our first grade, and David Lynn in our kindergarten. On the 22nd, happy birthday to Delia Arias in our first grade. On the 23rd, happy birthday to Ayan Mamoon in our fifth grade, Shania Khanna in our kindergarten, Miss Ritchie, and Miss O'Neill. On the 24th, happy birthday to Joseph Doyle in our third grade. August 26th, happy birthday to Charles Bogart in our first grade, and Miss Hackett. On the 27th, happy birthday to Chelsea Altrey in our third grade, Yu Yi Chen in our fifth grade, Michael Barros in our kindergarten, and Miss Wallace. On the 29th, happy birthday to Josh Joseph in our third grade, and Christian Johnson in our fifth grade. On the 30th, happy birthday to Trey Enriquez in the fifth grade, as well as Lucas Schwabe in the fourth grade. Also on the 30th, happy birthday to Erica Rodriguez in our third grade, Alejandro Bullis in our first grade. Finally, the last day of August, August 31st, happy birthday to Lena Dong in our second grade, Emily Cardali, grade 1, and Aaron DaCosta in our kindergarten. Wow, that was a lot of names, boys and girls. So now you know why I'm not going to read all of those names during our live meets. But if I mispronounced your name, I'm sorry. Sometimes when I'm reading fast, I make some errors. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but I think I did fairly well on them. Nonetheless, I love you all. And happy birthday to all of you who have birthdays throughout the summer. Okay, so now let's get on to our jokes. I'm going to finish out with all the jokes that I have left. So there's several for us to laugh at today. So this one is coming from Emily Balby. I don't have a picture for this one, but nonetheless, what has wheels and flies? What has wheels and flies? So you might think, well, You know what? An airplane has wheels and flies because you do, although the wheels come up as the air lifts into the air, as the plane lifts into the air, as you land, you know it lands on wheels. So that would be a correct answer. But this one is a garbage truck. So it has wheels and flies, meaning zzz, those flies that like the garbage. Okay. A couple of other interesting jokes. So Savannah submitted a number. So did and I have one from Divya. So Savannah's have some play on words. I'm going to go to Divya's first. You ready? What does Ariel like on her toast? Now, Ariel is the Little Mermaid. You ready? Marmalade. So that is a little twist on marmalade. Marmalade is kind of like orange jelly. Marmalade, because she's a mermaid. Great job. Okay. And so I also have some jokes from Siddharth and Gia. So what happened when the shark became famous? So the shark becomes famous. It became a starfish. And that's really a cute illustration. Nice work. Here's another one. All right. So what did baby corn say to mama corn? What did baby corn say to mama corn? Where's popcorn? Get it? All right, nice work. Okay, so now listen carefully. This one is a little bit closer. So what do sailors like to read? What do sailors like to read? Fairy tales. Fairy tales. Right? So instead of fairy tales, and there's a wonderful illustration. Nice job. And last one, you ready? Why was the art teacher famous? Now, this is an interesting one. So listen carefully. Why was the art teacher famous? And I'm going to show you the illustration that was provided by Savannah. Because she was good at drawing crowds. So drawing meaning drawing, but when you draw something, it's like you bring something in. She was good at drawing crowds. And you could see that what she's doing there is drawing a picture of a crowd. Well done. Love those jokes. And boys and girls, I have to tell you, our joke book is super thick. Look at this. This is all of our jokes from the whole time that we were away. Look at all these pages. I plan to get them into a nice big book from our Distance Learning 2020 and get it published. So Neil is going to be working on that with us, and we have all of those illustrations to go with it. Can't wait to see what it looks like. And friends, we've done so much together during this time. So much. We've had our riddles. We've had our jokes. I want to close out our riddles and our Where on Earth and Name That Town. So the riddle yesterday was, so a monkey, a squirrel, and a bird run up the coconut tree. Which one got to the banana first? So everybody who answered this one got it right. So the York and Zach, Emma, the Capolas, everybody who answered said, you can't get the banana from the coconut tree. It's a coconut tree. So you were listening. Well done. Now, where on earth? So we had those wonderful pictures of Miss Wallace. And she actually is in Olympic National Park. And many of you figured that out. So I'm looking for those photos. Well, it's not important right now, but she was in Olympic National Park. So how could you figure that out? Well, number one, she likes to go to national parks. Number two, if you looked closely at that picture, Mikhail figured this out, that was a marmot, M-A-R-M-O-T. And that particular species of marmot is only found in Olympic National Park. The Cardalis also figured out that those little sea creatures were also only, they only live in that area of the country. So good work using all of your clues this whole year. We've traveled all over the world together. We went to Jordan. We were in the Galapagos Islands. We were in the national parks in the United States out west. We were in other continents in Asia, also Africa. We've been traveling all over the world together, seeing really cool places that maybe someday we'll all get to go to, because I know I would like to go to those places. I really haven't been anywhere. But nonetheless, I see all the places that that some of our other people have gone to, and I say, hey, this is super cool. We need to go there. So we're going to be continuing our Where on Earth when we get back in September. But if you go somewhere and you want to share it with me, I'd love to see it over the summer. Please do send it to me. Now, name that town. So here it was. It was this. And yes, Riverhead. So there's the river. Here's the head, Riverhead. Again, on that was Marissa, the Yarkins, Zach, Justin, Emma, Alyssa. And by the way, Where on Earth was the Cardellis, Emma, Zach, the Yarkins. Some of you really worked very hard on that. Now, during our distance learning time, friends, we did things like the science fair. We had our art show. How about that? We had the Mighty Math Challenge. 400,000 questions answered. That's got to be a world record of some sort. We had our field day, coolest field day, have to say. It was hashtag at home with the Mighty Minds, 100%. We had our appreciation events for our essential workers. We did so many things. And tomorrow, we had our Literacy Festival. We had our Good Night McVeigh with Mrs. O'Neill. Tomorrow, we have our Flag Day celebration. We did so many things. But one of the coolest things that I came across during this time was Sebastian's Bean Project. Remember that? We've learned a lot about science during this time. So I'm going to just bring it back a little bit. This was day 40. And this is the last day. So 63 days of the Bean Project. 63 days. Look at the size of that plant. So what happened? So the water was what really made the bean grow. Over time, boys and girls, water is so important to us, to always drink water and keep the sugar out of it, right? So what happened to the plant that was drinking all the sugar? Didn't grow. In fact, it stopped growing at a point. Yeah, so to be thinking healthy all the time, water. Much better choice than soda or anything else that has lots of sugar in it. All right. And so, boys and girls, before we close out today, I want to call your attention to this t-shirt. So, Fill a Bucket. This is actually the first McVeigh t-shirt I ever got. Because when I was an assistant principal in another school, I started working with that school on being bucket fillers. And as I was leaving that school and coming to this school, one of the teachers said, this is your t-shirt for your new school. And so what I'm going to do before we do our Mighty Kind moment of the day is now put on another t-shirt. Because this t-shirt, Fill a Bucket, really is saying this. It's the shirt that we got and we talk about all the time. In a world where you can be anything, boys and girls, it's so important to be kind. And so our Mighty Kind moment of the day. Are you ready? Dun, dun, dun. I'm actually going to read a book to you today. Be kind. Okay. And this is one of my favorite books. It sits on my windowsill. So, it starts out just like this. Tanisha spilled her grape juice yesterday. There she is. All over her new dress. And you can see that the juice spilled. It looked funny, so everybody laughed. But my mom always says, be kind, so I tried. I don't think it worked. I said, purple is my favorite color. But Tanisha didn't smile. She ran down the hall instead. When she came back, snack time was over. She put on her art smock, and so did everyone. She didn't look at anyone. So, boys and girls, So what's happening here? So she thinks that saying purple's my favorite color is going to make Tanisha feel better. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but probably not, because Tanisha doesn't want to have the purple on her dress right now. So this is that quote, use your mind, be kind. So we have to be thinking, if I say that, is that really going to help? Or is that going to call attention to the fact that the purple is on her dress? So part of being kind is using your mind at all times. And you can do it, boys and girls, because you're a mighty mind. Okay. So I almost told Tanisha that art was my favorite class, but I didn't want her to leave again. So I painted purple splotches and gave some green until I had a bunch of beautiful violets. While I painted, I thought about Tanisha. Should I have handed her my napkin, let her borrow my sweatshirt, spilled my juice on me so that people stared at me instead? What does it mean to be kind anyway? So here's all the thoughts that she's having about what she could have done in that moment, right? Could she have spilled the juice so she looked the same? Could she have just given her something of her own to wear instead? What should she have done? What is kind anyway? So listen carefully. Maybe it's giving. Maybe it's making cookies for Mrs. Rinaldi, who lives alone. Letting someone with a smaller feet have my too tight shoes. Right? Maybe it's all those things. And boys and girls, I would say yes, those are all kind things. Maybe it's helping. Putting dirty dishes in the sink for Mom. Cleaning up after Otis, our class guinea pig. Maybe it is. And that's what she's doing here. And those things are all very kind. Maybe it's paying attention. Telling Desmond I like his blue boots. Asking the new girl to be my partner. Listening to Aunt Franny's stories, even the ones I've heard before. Maybe it is. Being kind should be easy. Like throwing away a wrapper or recycling a bottle or saying thank you, bless you. So she was sneezing. My mom says the quickest way to be kind is to use people's names. Hey, Kayla. What's new, Omar? Good afternoon, Rabbi. So all of those things are being kind. When you say somebody's name, it makes them feel good instead of just, hey. Okay. Being kind can be hard too, even when you know what to do. Teaching someone something I'm good at is tricky. But you can see, and we've talked about this, when things are going on between you and your brother or you and your sister or your friends, and it isn't so good, being kind can be hard at those times, but you can do it. And sticking up for someone when other kids aren't, that's being kind too. Maybe I can solve Tanisha's grape juice problem. Maybe I can sit with her in art class and paint this picture for her because I know she really likes purple too. And take a look what's happening here. So she just decides to sit next to her and paint her a picture. Now, here's where it gets good. Maybe I can do small things, but my small things might join small things with other people, and together they can grow into something big. Little things grow into something big. Little things, one little thing. We've talked about this. How it starts a ripple that keeps going and going and going. Something really big, so big that all of our kindness spill out to our school, throughout the town. Across the country and go all the way around the world. How cool would that be? Very cool. Right back to Tanisha and me, so we can be kind again and again and again. And there, look what's happening. Look. Now, before, remember, Tanisha wouldn't look. Now she is. So the beautiful picture of the purple flowers was perfect. And sitting next to her was perfect. There you go. There's a solution for everything, boys and girls, and it's kindness. No matter what it is, kindness can help. And you have the power. Each one of you, we've talked about it in so many different ways. While we were in school, while we've been at home, in so many ways, you have the power to change our world. Each one of you has that power to be kind to every single person that you see, no matter what they look like, how tall, how small, color of their skin, does not matter. We all have that power in us to be kind every single day. And that's how we make the world a better place. Not by picking who we'll be kind to and who we won't be. Kindness is universal. It's for everyone. And it starts with one. We've talked about that. It starts with you and every single one of you. You can do it. I know you can, boys and girls. Why? Because you're a mighty mind. And you're a mighty kind mighty mind. The very best kind. And every day, including the summer, is a great day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. You are free to keep in touch with me over the summer, boys and girls, but let's have a wonderful day and a very wonderful summer.